Back, Mrs. Swalwell.
Thank you. Ms. Foster, you think a 10-year-old would choose to carry?
In the 10-year-old case, first of all, the Ohio...
No, my question is, would a 10-year-old choose to carry a baby?
Anti-abortion groups have long been accused of promoting disinformation and misleading claims about abortion as part of their decades-long campaign to restrict access to abortion.
In the Ohio case, the Ohio Attorney General said that abortion would have been justified.
Focus on the question, please. Would a 10-year-old choose to carry a baby?
The nefarious and disgusting end goal of giving more rights to an embryo than living American women is precisely what Republicans are hiding when they vomit their demonic lies about murderous doctors who toss fetus parts in incinerators for electricity.
I cannot...
Do you think a 10-year-old should choose to carry a baby?
I believe it would probably impact her life, and so therefore it would fall under any exception and would not be an abortion.
No one who is already born has those rights. It's absurd and immoral, and their God doesn't speak for them.
Wait, it would not be an abortion if a 10-year-old with her parents made the decision not to have a baby that was the result of a rape?
They want power by using false claims and a fake God they pretend speaks to them, but not to you.
If a 10-year-old became pregnant as a result of rape and it was threatening her life, then that's not an abortion.
Let the rest of the world be afraid of this theocratic gangster movement, coming soon to you when they get done with America.
So it would not fall under any abortion restriction in our nation.
How about we ban Christian beliefs? No, we won't.
Ms. Warbelow, are you familiar with disinformation?
Those of us that don't believe are the strongest proponents for actual freedom.
Yes, I am.
Did you just hear some disinformation?
Yes, I heard some very significant disinformation.
Why don't you tell me about that?
Yes, an abortion is a procedure. It's a medical procedure that individuals undergo for a wide range of circumstances, including because they have been sexually assaulted, raped in the case of the 10-year-old. It doesn't matter whether or not there is a statutory exemption. It is still a medical procedure that is understood to be an abortion. Beyond that, I think it's also important to note that there is no exception for the life or the health of the mother in the Ohio law. That's why that 10-year-old had to cross state lines in order to receive an abortion.
We aren't locked into an imaginary world ruled by the thoughts of delusional, confused theocrats who think their imaginary God is commanding them. Allowing people to think they have truth without even finding an ethical, epistemological conclusion. They are not morally sound. Their empathy has been sucked out by indoctrination and misinformed emotions. They should not be allowed to create law in this world for anyone, anywhere, anytime. You, who are still a believer in reality, have to learn what the pro-forced birth arguments are. You need to stand up to these people. You need to tell them to shut up, find a nice private room, then pray to your imaginary demon god, and shove their fake religious beliefs up their ass where they only affect themselves. They are liars for Jesus. Here is one of their biggest liars right here, Catherine Glenn Foster.
We have heard even that it's been exposed that they are often even burned, incinerated in order to power our street lamps.
The unborn are a convenient group of people to advocate for.
Of mass destruction would be raiding their homes at night, swiftly locking them up into solitary confinement with no bail while they awaited trial for over a year. Full stop. So, Mrs. Foster, in my limited time I have left, can you speak further about the sale of child tissue?
They never make demands of you. They are morally uncomplicated.
In other words, the sale of body parts of aborted children by Planned Parenthood and other abortionists.
Unlike the incarcerated, addicted, or the chronically poor.
Absolutely. That is just another way that the abortion industry makes money.
They don't resent your condensation.
It's interesting. This hearing called by your colleagues on the other side, it's about grandstanding, fear-mongering, misinformation, falsehoods.
Or complain that you are not politically correct.
Intimidation. What's true is that we are in favor of supporting life and protecting all human beings.
Unlike orphans, They don't need money, education, or childcare.
We did that for pregnant and parenting human beings when we filed a brief in Young v. UPS. We do that for children in the womb. We shine a light.
Unlike aliens, they don't bring all that racial, cultural, and religious baggage that you dislike.
On exactly what Planned Parenthood is doing with the bodies of these children that it aborts.
They allow you to feel good about yourself without any work at creating or maintaining relationships.
And other abortion industry players.
And when they are born, you can forget about them because they cease to be unborn.
All too frequently, they're selling these body parts for research, for examination.
You can love the unborn and advocate for them without substantially challenging your own wealth, power, or privilege, without reimagining social structures, apologizing, or making reparations to anyone.
We have heard even that it's been exposed that they are often even burned, incinerated in order to power our street lamps.
They are, in short, the perfect people to love if you want to claim you love Jesus, but actually dislike people who breathe.
That is simply inhumane.
Prisoners?
That is the core of the abortion industry, is treating people like things.
Immigrants?
And stripping away the humanity.
The sick?
Of human beings that science has known.
The poor?
Have been human beings for.
Widows?
Many, many decades, long before.
Orphans? All the groups that are specifically mentioned in the Bible? They all get thrown under the bus for the unborn. As a rant by David Barnhart, a Methodist pastor.